Here's what a month's paycheck looks like at the Krusty Krab. And here's Mr. Krabs clawing back what he can.
That $2 is coming out of your paycheck.
Wait!
Eugene Krabs might run a tight ship, but when it comes to his employees, nothing is tighter than his wallet. So today, we're gonna go through all the episodes of SpongeBob SquarePants to find out just how much money Mr. Krabs has stolen from his workers over the years. Starting with the time we find out what SpongeBob and Squidward's salaries really are. In the episode SpongeBob You're Fired, Mr. Krabs does some number crunching and realizes he can save up some cash by cutting things back, namely, one of his employees.
Hey, Mr. Krabs, what's the good word?
Well, actually, SpongeBob, there's 2 words. And they're not very good. You're fired.
What?
Okay, that's super harsh, but business is ruthless. Surely Krabs is forking out big time for a star-fry cook like SpongeBob, right?
And it turns out that I'll save a whole nickel if I cut your salary. Completely.
A nickel! He's been paying the best fry cook in all the seas a nickel. Not even an hour either. It's a day. It's never really confirmed in the show what Squidward makes, but he can't be like any more or any less. So from here on out, we'll say that both the boys are paid a nickel a day, which is super depressing. Turns out they've been going through a cost of living crisis a lot longer than we had. Having seen how much he actually pays the pair now, let's go to the episode Penny Foolish to see just how money mad this guy really is. For once, we see Krabs being normal, heading to the grocery store to pick up some bits and bobs.
Okay, sir, your change today is going to be exactly 10 cents.
Come to Papa. Come to Papa. Hey!
It's literally 2 days of pay for SpongeBob right there. Talking to SpongeBob, Krabs sees the little sponge walking while he's in the store and watches him do this.
Well, I'll be a geriatric jellyfish. SpongeBob found a penny. A bright, shiny penny just sitting there.
He just can't take it, can he? He's practically foaming at the mouth because SpongeBob snagged a penny and he didn't. But that jealousy soon becomes an obsession as Krabs realizes he needs that penny.
Hello, SpongeBob.
What can I do you for?
Can I borrow a penny?
A penny? Sure! Sorry, I'm out of pennies right now.
Can you believe this guy? He has a net worth of $5.2 million and he's acting like this. Having the audacity to ask his employees to borrow money. To be fair, they'd actually be able to help if he paid them fairly. The obsession gets out of hand and he ends up facing SpongeBob, who tells him it was never a penny but some used gum. Well, actually, they're both wrong, and this Krabs is karma.
Hey, this isn't dumb at all. Just a dumb old $500 bill. This won't go with my chewed-up gum collection.
$500? I did the math. That's 33 years worth of wages for SpongeBob. We'll go into more detail later, but he makes on average $15 a year, which is basically like a dozen eggs these days. Being a tightwad was bound to catch up to Mr. K sooner or later. In the episode of Born Again Krabs, a little visit from the paranormal pushes him to see how cheap he really was. It all starts when SpongeBob finds an odd old rotten patty underneath the grill, and Krabs figures he'll save a few cents by sending it out for a customer to eat.
Order up, Squidward.
All right.
SpongeBob, can I get one with less fog?
The customer turns his nose up at that monstrosity, but Krabs doesn't stop there. He forces the Krusty Crew to sell that bad patty before they can sell a fresh one. Obviously, no one wants to deal with that disgusting hockey puck, and they avoid coming to the Krusty Krab. So to prove to everyone just how good this patty still is, Krabs has a bite.
SpongeBob,
Yes, Mr. Krabs.
make sure you wrap up that patty. I'm not finished with it yet.
While he's recovering, Krabs has an unexpected visitor, and he is not bringing good news.
I'm here to escort you to the resting place of all bad undersea folk. Davy Jones' Locker!
Like every person being dragged down to hell, the Flying Dutchman offers Krabs one last chance at living, but he has to change his ways.
I'll give you another chance, but you must always be generous. Never cheap.
You have me word as a sailor.
And to be fair to Krabs, he lives up to his word and starts splashing the cash.
Excuse me, but I dropped my Krabby Patty. Could I get another one?
SpongeBob,
Yes, sir. Krusty Krab policy clearly states that once the burger has reached the customer, it is his/her responsibility.
SpongeBob, that's the old policy. Now run back and bring out a fresh one.
Aye, aye, sir.
Sorry about the confusion. Free toy.
He's even installed the whole TV system so the Krabby Patty customers can watch while they eat.
Are you enjoying your in-meal movie?
This movie hasn't even been in the theaters yet.
No expense spared for my valued customers.
Problem is, being this generous comes at a cost, and Krabs is about to take a look at his bill.
Only $10,000. That's not so bad. I'll just subtract it from today's profit. And there's no money in here.
Krabs might have done a complete 180, but he's gotten too far the other way. Never mind paying his bills, he can't even pay his employees, and Squidward notices this himself.
Squidward, I'm worried about Mr. Krabs.
Me too. How are we gonna get paid? Gee, Mr. Krabs, you sure are taking total bankruptcy well.
Oh, it's just a bad dream. I'll wake up soon.
So this is the proper time we can mark Krabs down for wage theft. His Bikini Bottom is close to Hawaii, and Hawaii's minimum wage is $14 an hour. Krabs would owe Sponge and Squid $280 in total for that day's shift. This episode ends with Krabs going manic, trying to claw back what money he can, but that just grabs the attention of the Flying Dutchman, who swoops in to take him to Davy Jones's locker. That is until SpongeBob butts in and sticks up for his boss, so the ghostly ghoul offers a new solution.
If you had to choose between SpongeBob and all the money I have in my pocket, which would you take?
That depends. How much money we talking about?
Mr. Krabs!
62 cents.
I'll take the money.
Mr. Krabs!
Sell SpongeBob's soul for 62 cents, which is less than SpongeBob makes in 2 weeks worth of work. We've got a double dose of creepy now, as we head on over to the episode Graveyard Shift, where Krabs realizes if he keeps the Krusty Krab open at night, he'll get a few extra bucks.
Money? You mean if we stayed open later, you'd give us your money?
Sure.
Mr. Squidward, welcome to the night shift. From now on, the Krusty Krab is open 24 hours a day.
He doesn't even listen to his employees' worries or gives them any specific instructions for what to do. He just gets the hell out of there.
See you in the morning, boys. I can't hang out here all night. I got a life.
SpongeBob isn't exactly upset that he has to do more work, though. You know what he's like.
Night, 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 night.
Will you please? Here, give me a moment's peace and take out the trash.
Problem is, the little guy is used to taking out the trash in the daytime, and now, well, it's a little more creepy.
For the Krusty Krab!
Seeing SpongeBob clearly scared of the dark, Squid starts to spin a tale about the hash-slinging slasher, or grizzly fry cook who haunts the Krusty Krab on Wednesday night, and to signal his haunting, there's 3 telltale signs.
First, the lights will flicker on and off. Next.
Can I have some ketchup?
Oh, here you go.
There goes the dramatic tension.
Next, the phone will ring and there will be nobody there. And finally, the hash-slinging slasher arrives in the ghost of the bus that ran him over.
You gotta hand it to him, Squidward can tell a good story. Well, it turns out the story kinda comes true, called a mad coincidence or just some hallucinations from working so late, but the signs start showing up one by one so the hash-slinging slasher is facing them.
Singing the bash pinging
The hash-slinging slasher!
But it is just their imaginations getting the better of themselves.
Get away! Welcome here! Can I have a job application? I brought my own spatula. I called earlier, but I hung up because I was nervous.
See, Krabs, this is what you drive your workforce to. Going insane on the job by being made to work endlessly. Luckily, though, the Krusty Krab goes back to its usual schedule as Krabs realizes he doesn't get as much business as he thought. But he owes SpongeBob and Squidward $672 between them for their 24-hour shift. Not the 2 nickels he'll try to pay them with. Well, we've just seen a short-lived 24-hour stint for the Krusty Krab, but in fear of a Krabby Patty, Krabs pushes everyone to their limit when Plankton forces him to open his restaurant 24/7 for over a month.
The Krusty Krab is open 24 hours!
Did you hear that, Squidward? We get to keep working and working without ever having to go home. I gotta pinch myself because I must be dreaming.
After 10 days of non-stop service, Squidward is near total exhaustion.
Mr. Krabs, can I go home yet?
No one goes home!
Why these bags under my eyes? Even my bags have bags!
SpongeBob, on the other hand, is actually holding up quite well.
Krabbypatty says I.
That's kind of scary when you realize he's been awake for 10 whole days and isn't even the slightest bit sleepy. And Plankton thinks so too. So he comes up with a plan to make the sponge seriously drained, ordering 10,000 Krabby Patties.
We got a big order! I need you to raise that spatula! And I need you to say, Team Krusty Krab!
Team Krusty Krab!
Now make me 10,000 patties! And no breaks!
They've been working flat out. He's just given SpongeBob the biggest order of his fry cook career, and still Krab says no breaks. I knew he was bad, but it's starting to get inhumane. With that big order under his belt, SpongeBob and Squidward start racing through the days of non-stop service.
Day 23!
6,600.
Day
8,600.
Wait, what's going on?
30! Anyone know how many days it's been? I lost track.
43!
But not even SpongeBob can take 43 days of work without rest. And if you thought Squidward looked bad, take a look at this.
You're wasting all my food, boy!
SpongeBob's exhaustion ends up giving him a total nervous breakdown to the point he develops hallucinations and fear of Krabby Patties.
Now you're just acting silly. I want you to...
Don't eat me! I'm too chewy! Holy shrimp! They're everywhere!
Plankton then tries to be his therapist and hypnotizes him into giving up the patty formula, but thanks to another hallucination, this time of a cool Krabby Patty, SpongeBob overcomes his fear. So with 43 days of non-stop work, SpongeBob and Squidward should have banked $14,480 each, but at their base minimum wage salary and with no overtime, the pair actually came away with $2.15. No, that's not a mistake. Remember, Krabs pays them a nickel a day, so he's only off by $28,955. Now that is some serious wage theft. So far, Mr. Krabs' ways have cost SpongeBob and Squidward $29,907. That's over a full year's wage for a regular fast food worker. And believe me, things are about to explode. We're about to find out why Mr. Krabs has so much money. Because when we get down to the brass taxes, the crustaceous cheapskate has never really cared for his employees. Like the time he decides he isn't satisfied paying SpongeBob in real money. This dastardly plan comes to light when Krabs orders SpongeBob to give Pearl some extra mall money. Yeah, he's even trying to get his employees to pay for his daughter.
Hey, this isn't money.
No, it's even better. This is what Mr. Krabs pays me with. Mr. Krabs' Wacky Bucks.
Oh, it's all starting to catch up with me.
It sure is, Eugene. Now, we've no real idea when he started using the fake cash, so we can't backdate any of SpongeBob's pay, but we do know that a day's wage of the Krusty Krab is $140, so we'll add that to the tally. Stealing a whole day's pay is nothing for Eugene, though. Like, what about the time where we see him cancel an entire month's pay just because he's in a bit of a crabby mood?
Gee, why is Mr. Krabs so crabby today?
Probably because it's payday.
Payday's been canceled!
This guy should be in jail. He's built an entire fast food empire on slave labor. There's another $9,184 in employees' pay he pinches. Well, guess worse. What about the time he hires Patrick and puts him on the employee probation program?
It was sure nice of Mr. Krabs to give me a job.
And at $50 an hour, too. When I started working here, I had to pay Mr. Krabs $100 an hour.
Whoa, hold up. When you first start working at the Krusty Krab, you have to pay Mr. Krabs to work there? Patrick only ends up working one day there for like 10 hours, so he shells out $500. But then he'd also be owed his actual wage, which would then be an extra $140. If you think that's bad, though, SpongeBob had to fork $100 an hour for like 3 months. If we look at the Krusty Krab opening times, we can see SpongeBob and Squidward work 82 hours a week. So if we do some quick math and multiply 100 by 82 and then multiply that by 13, because fun fact, there's 13 weeks and 3 months, SpongeBob will have paid Krabs $106,600 just to start work. We can safely assume Squidward did the same too, so that's another $106,000 that Krabs has stolen. But he technically also owes the actual minimum wage on top of all that, which is a further $29,848 for both Squidward and SpongeBob, as well as Pat's $640, meaning Krabs' probation program has allowed him to steal $243,688. Being charged to work is one thing, but in Squid on Strike, Krabs goes off the deep end into money mania as he starts charging his employees for literally breathing after he finds out profits are falling.
Money, money, this money, money, that profit will make me wallet fat. What? Profit's down $3 from last month. I gotta start running a tighter ship around here.
Oh no, not a whole $3. Normally you'd chalk that down to customer variance, but Krabs doesn't. Instead, he goes on a money-obsessed rampage through the Krusty Krab where he starts to butt heads with Squidward.
Breathe, breathe on your own time. I don't pay you to breathe.
You hardly pay us at all.
Speaking of pay, Mr. Krabs realizes that it's actually payday for the Krusty crew, but like I said a second ago, he's the one wanting to be paid.
Yes! You're making me pay you to stand at the cash register? What is the meaning of this? Have you gone off the deep end?
Imagine having the cheek to bill your employees $20 for this trash. I mean, $2 for existing? What is this, the Lorax? I'd actually be a bit annoyed I wasn't worth more to my boss. But then again, that's the whole point. Krabs tells the Krusty crew that things are going to be different around the kitchen from now on because he'll be billing them 24/7 for their nonsense.
18, 19. Here you go, Mr. K. I think this should cover all my nonsense. Oh, and here's an extra 50 cents for when I was tying my shoe.
Come on, SpongeBob, you're meant to stick it to the man. I'd say he was being too soft, but he's a sponge. Luckily, though, for once, Squidward sticks up for him and demands fair pay from Krabs, or else he's gonna organize a full-on work strike. Problem is, when Krabs finds out, he does the unthinkable.
You mean you're gonna make picket signs? And you're gonna make protest speeches?
Yeah! No! Squidward! You didn't tell me I was gonna get fired!
Aw, the poor little guy. But getting him to protest against Krabs is a little harder than Squid thought it'd be.
Now we're gonna make picket signs. Very important part of striking.
Like this, Squidward?
Not a picket fence, you ding-dong picket sign!
But actually, he does get the hang of it, and while striking, he runs into a young fan.
You must be SpongeBob SquarePants! Dude, you are like a fry cook legend! Will you sign my spatula?
Anything for an aspiring fry cook. So, did you come down to help out the cause?
I came to take your job. Hey, thanks, dude!
SpongeBob has been gone for, what, an hour, and Krabs has already replaced him? Well, things are not going well for Squidward either. It suddenly hit him that he and SpongeBob are going to be doing this for a long time. Maybe even
if it takes forever! 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 Forever!
Squidward figures that he has to come to an agreement with Krabs to avoid a future where he's stuck with SpongeBob, so he races at the Krusty Krab, but before he can get through his front door, he's got a visitor.
Evening, Mr. Squidward. I was just in the neighborhood, and I thought I'd drop by to beg you to come back to work. The Krusty Krab is a wreck!
Well, isn't that a coincidence? Squidward decides to play it cool, though, hoping to squeeze whatever he can out of his former boss.
I'm ruined without you and the little yellow guy. Teenagers I hired is ruining the place, and the worst part is, they won't leave me alone!
All right, Mr. Krabs!
Squidward, please!
You'll give us anything we want?
Anything. So what do you say, Mr. Squidward?
Your story breaks my heart, Mr. Krabs. Why don't we take a little walk and discuss my terms?
I got a bad feeling in the pit of me wallet.
Only problem is, while the pair are under intense negotiations, SpongeBob has become obsessed with sticking it to the man to the point, well, see for yourself.
Glad you saw it our way, Mr. Krabs.
Now I can fire them teenagers. Golden Boy's back. Well, see you at work.
And old Krabs sure don't take it too well.
Squidward! SpongeBob!
Here it comes!
In order to pay off these damages, you two are gonna work for me forever!
Yahoo!
The estimated cost of the Krusty Krab is $389,600, and at the minimum wage in Hawaii being at around $26K per year, that's 15 years worth of free employment. Howdy do! But as we know, Krabs does not pay minimum wage. He's got the boys on a nickel a day, and at that rate, he'll have to work 21,347 years for free to get that debt paid off. Or that's 10,673 years if Squiddy pays half. Problem is, octopi only live for a fairly short amount of time, while on average, sea sponges can live for a few odd hundred years. So if we say SpongeBob shoulders the brunt of the work, and at 200 years a pop, including the value of the Krusty Krab, Krabs would have stolen an estimated $8,589,600 from these two. And if it was up to Eugene, he'd have them working while they're dead. Now it's time to talk about the stuff we can't exactly see on the show. SpongeBob has been working for Mr. Krabs since about 1999.
That was the finest fast foodsmanship I've ever seen, Mr. Squarepants. Welcome aboard.
And Squidward, we know he's been working there way longer than Sponge. He even had hair when he first started.
We should open our own restaurant and stop lining Old Man K's pockets.
No thanks. I'm just doing this until my clarinet career takes off.
What if it never does?
That's said to be around 5 years before SpongeBob starts working with the Krusty Krab. So starting with a little yellow sponge, alright? Working 82 hours a week for 26 years has netted him $5,116. That's going on the nickel a day salary, by the way. $6,100 for Squiddy, too. When you start talking about numbers like this, you realize just how bad this is. In that time, SpongeBob and Squidward should have earned $1,432,704 and $1,708,224. And when you take away what they were actually paid, Mr. Krabs is pinched in extra $3,129,228. That's just the run-of-the-mill, day-to-day stuff too. No wonder the dude's a multi-millionaire. It might be the most famous and tastiest fast food restaurant under the sea, but the Krusty Krab is built on the backs of other people doing the dirty work for essentially free. Over the course of their crusty careers, SpongeBob and Squidward have had a grand total of $12,001,075 of wages stolen from them by the Eugene Krabs.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching-gery. Money, oh money, how I love thee.
Greedy businessman is a small fry compared to the big potatoes out there causing chaos and enact and evil. Like the character that just popped up on your screen now. Give them a click to see them get their givens got to them. Thanks for watching, y'all.
We just got off the phone with a customer that's in an emergency situation. Their son's car broke down. It's misfiring really bad. They just dropped it off, and they've been coming to us. I actually looked it up here for since 2012. So they've been loyal customers. They don't have any other vehicle besides this for him to get back and forth to work. So we really need to pull some strings. I'm gonna go try and find which mechanic is willing to do this. We're like 5 weeks out currently, but I think I can pull some favors with Jason. They said the check engine light's flashing. We got to figure it out so we can get him back on the road and get him back to work. So let's go see if Jason will let me pull a favor. Now I don't know what's wrong with the vehicle. Actually, I have no idea. All that I've been told by the customer is that the check engine light is flashing, but only occasionally. If anybody ever has that, typically a check engine light flashes because of a misfire, but could be a number of different things. And really, I don't know what's causing it and if it's a quick fix. So we'll get with Jason and get it diagnosed. I've got a tough question to ask because I know you just have only 1.5 million things going on, but it's a customer that's been with us since 2012. They just dropped their car off and the flashing check engine light, and I'm wondering if me and you can
misfire. Can you run, grab it, bring it over here, and then we'll get at it?
Yeah.
No, we'll do it over here.
I can pull it in here. Look at that. Jason's always.
Yeah, go do it.
Jason's always got my back.
You're the only one that I always say yes to, so don't even.
That's why I came over here.
If it would have been one of them other salesmen, I'd be like, nope. You, your dad, or Tyson. Anybody? Yes, I'll do it.
I'm glad I made the list. Okay, I'll pull it over here. We'll see what's going on. Okay.
What kind of vehicle is it?
Ford Escape. I think of 15, 18 Ford Escape.
Got burnt valve written all over it, doesn't it?
Oh, really?
Let's hope for a coil pack.
Man, I think from what I remember, this thing's got lower mileage on it.
Is it the two turbocharged?
I know it's a 4-cylinder. I don't know what engine it's got.
Is it that little bitty tiny? I don't know. We'll grab it and then we'll just pull it in here and then scan it, take a look at it, and throw a compression test at it first, and then maybe a leak down if we find a low hole.
Okay, I'll bring it over here. All right, check engine light is on. Check the oil level. The oil level is good and full. What is that noise? What the crap? They got a strut that's blown out or something that's flopping around. Gosh, it's roasting hot. Well, on a short drive, it doesn't feel too bad. Yeah, 73,000 miles. It's not very many. So the check engine light wasn't flashing.
Hey, it's fine. And
it's got something that's flopping around in the rear end. Driving over here, it was clunking a bunch.
Clunking?
Yeah.
Turn the key on. Now it talks. Oh, somebody revved the crap out of it.
Overspeed condition. Coolant over temperature. Cylinder 1 misfire in startup. Starter performance.
We'll grab a scan tool.
Jeez, that's a handful of codes. Okay, so yeah, 15 Ford Edge. Okay, so what we're doing, so everybody here watching knows, Jason on his phone is linked to our system that does a digital vehicle inspection. Even though the customer has been with us since 2012, we still do this inspection to show customers what we're seeing. Brings them into the loop of what we're doing so that they don't just have to take our word for it. They can actually look at the inspection and see what we're seeing, or see the wear, something broken, whatever it may be, they can see it.
You want to start it up for me real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if those wipers are on.
Yeah. Oh, now it's misfiring.
Magma wipes come. I get in her car and she's got them automatic seats.
Dude,
No.
I know I'm getting a few pounds here, but dang it, dude, I'm getting crunched.
Can you feel that?
I did it startup. It's not as bad.
It's smoothed out.
Yeah.
Shut it back off. Let's give it, I don't know, 30 seconds or so,
Okay.
and then restart it. Never mind, it captured it.
It did? Okay.
Yeah, just on that startup was 71.
Okay. He did say he works in like North Salt Lake and lives in Layton. When he was driving it on the freeway, he I think under heavier acceleration, started to misfire, or at least he said the check engine light started to flash really bad.
Well, it's kind of intermittent. Okay, go ahead and start it again. Oh yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, just went away.
Yeah.
Okay. Shut it off.
Okay, so what Jason is doing here is probably one of the easiest ways to diagnose a misfire. And this is what I ask new mechanics, or at least mechanics that we're interviewing, is, so if you're watching this mechanic that is going to interview with us, you need to know this. What is the quickest way to diagnose a misfire? And on most vehicles that it's accessible, swap your coils. If you swap a coil, let's say we have a misfire in cylinder 1, which we do here, and we swap it from one to a different cylinder, and the misfire moves, it's an easy way to tell that you have an ignition coil that is failing, because the misfire followed the coil. We're going to try that here and see if that's the cause.
Oh, I wish I wasn't in the way, huh? I want to move the spark plug over, but I don't want to tear off that apart.
To 3 and not to 2?
Yeah, so if you move the spark plug to a different hole.
So you're moving
if you
the
move
plug.
one spark plug to 3 and then one coil to 2, then
it'll tell you if you have a coil or a plug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here for an arc. Daggone, that's long. Well, just looks old and original, but doesn't look too bad, does it? Oh, that's a lot of wear, bro. See that, Miles? See all that wear on that? It's time to do some, but
yeah, I mean it's 70. I'd have to look at the history. It's 70,000 miles. I bet it's never been done.
I think it's time. But we're gonna.
Yeah, is that our issue or not? Is the question.
Threads are full of carbon.
Oh. Got the dielectric.
My dietary supplement.
Most people may not know this about you, Jason, but dielectric is the go-to lubricant here in the shop.
It'll get you through some hard times.
Use dielectric on O-rings, on
brake sliders. It's because it does. It's not. If it's an O-ring that can't take petroleum, or if it's a rubber like slider that can't take petroleum, dielectric won't cause the swelling problems that you will with a petroleum product. Because if you put that petroleum product in a brake slider, eventually the heat and it degrades the rubber and makes it swell. It just becomes like glue.
See if it moved.
Just turn the key on and let me get this talking to it again.
Okay.
Key on?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead. It didn't freaking misfire.
I know. Yeah, it feels pretty smooth.
It didn't misfire at all. Okay. Shut her down. Okay, give her a go. Nope. Still on one.
Still on one? So Jason just gave the key that a lot of new mechanics miss is if you swap ignition components and the misfire stays on the original cylinder, then what's your next step? And most guys will start saying, test wiring, check the PCM. They'll start going into crazy stuff. It's an option, but it's not a quick and easy option. You want to get to the root of the problem as quick as possible. And Jason just said it. You could have an injector or something like that, but an engine needs 3 things: fuel, ignition, and compression or air. And so
Fords need 4.
What's the 4th one?
Hope. I'm kidding.
That's pretty good. Okay. Besides Fords, most engines need 3 things. And so if a quick swap of ignition stuff doesn't make a difference on the misfire, then check compression. We often say $1 million spark plug, $1 million fuel injector. If you have poor compression, those things aren't going to fix it.
Oh, I was holding the brake pedal. Nope, still on 1.
Still on 1. Okay. Oh no. But how many guys will be like, so I'll ask them, I'll say, okay, if you have bad compression, how do you determine what is causing the bad compression?
Leak down.
Well, some of them haven't even heard that term, a leak down test. I'm like, and you've been working in a shop for how many years and you don't know what a leak down test is? See, for this stuff, it's second nature for Jason, but anybody out there watching, Jason's got a million things to do. All these guys, Kyle's got a million things to do. If you're a good mechanic and know how to do this stuff that we're doing here, even this basic stuff, send us your resume. We really need good mechanics. This world struggles to find and encourage good mechanics. We want you to make a good living here. We want to take care of our customers. There's great opportunities here for you. Send us your resume, please. I'm praying.
That's hot. That's real hot. So we're 137. That one was way looser than the number 1. Somebody been in here?
I'm curious to check history.
Some dry threads.
Yeah.
God. Oh, that looks like crap. Yeah. It's been loose. See, the carbon's not brown.
Yeah.
It's black, so it's been passing by. This one's way tapered on the end. Check this out. See it?
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. But we're going to move holes and check compression.
You want me to crank it to check it on 2?
Yeah, let me put the tool in it though.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Where are we going? Texas Roadhouse, baby. Mikkel helped me bleed the brakes on that El Camino, so I told him I'd buy him lunch. I'd buy him a steak lunch. Because, dude, we were back here for like 45 minutes bleeding that stupid thing because there was no brake lines on it.
Oh, because we put the Hydro Boost on it.
What's that?
We put the Hydro Boost on it. It's a totally bone dry system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, count 8 Mississippi. It had less.
Huh?
Number 2 has less.
What do we got?
115. Oh, but that one smelled like fuel.
When you just released it there, you got a whiff of fuel?
And the other one didn't. No fuel will cause a misfire. Or lack of fuel. I didn't have any fuel smell out of number one.
Oh.
So
Well, then we'll have to look at carbon buildup in the intake.
Yeah, there's a whole lot that'll run down on that one.
Yeah, I mean, direct injection is great, but
When it works.
yeah, when it works.
And that would kind of point to the intermittentness
Oh, an injector.
and staying on that cylinder all the time.
We've kind of swapped ignition, compression. We've checked that,
And now
and
we've
then
moved.
fuel. Yeah, so if you have an injector that's not spraying.
In the initial, if you're having a pintle problem until the motor shakes it up a little bit.
I'm gonna have to talk with this customer, and they're gonna have to give us some more time. That injector does not look like
No, they're not
probably
fun.
easy to get out.
Yeah, I've moved everything, bro, and it keeps ticking on that number 1. We've moved the spark plug, we've moved the coil, we even moved the coil back just to make sure we didn't mix that up, and then we moved the spark plugs, we checked compression.
Injector. Yeah. I wonder at 70,000 miles when you pull that intake off, how bad our carbon buildup will be.
It's gonna be a lot. We all know it is.
Yeah.
It's plastic.
It's
at the front of the motor. The fan blows right on it. It's the perfect environment to create carbon.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right. I'll call him. I've worked with them for 13 years now, so I'll call him, walk him through this, and then I need you to push on the back or something. There was a clunking sound.
A clunk?
Yeah, there was a crazy clunk, almost like a strut mount when you're going over bumps, but it sounded like in the
rear.
In the rear. Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
Daggum.
Yeah, that's what I'm
freaking
saying.
loud.
I was driving over here. Okay, you ready?
That strut top's gone.
I knew it. I knew there was something.
Hold on, let me get this cap off. It's even popped the cap 2/3 of the way up. Did you see that?
I saw it and I was trying to
you
compare
pop
the
that
side.
open?
No, I didn't.
Oh. I don't know if it... Put your finger on that. See if that bolt's loose. That nut's loose on top. Pretty old.
Yeah. Oh. Yep.
It's loose, isn't
It's
it?
so bad.
Oh.
It's so bad.
Okay. We need struts and strut tops. Rear struts and strut tops.
These are weird strut mounts. Huh. Okay.
The next day.
Okay, so we have a curveball here. Now we've got to figure it out because we spoke to the customer. Process of elimination told us that we had probably a bad injector. We were going to pull apart the intake, test the injector. As we were going to do that, where's that hose? We found something super concerning. So we didn't just go in blindly. We pulled off this hose.
The cold charge air hose.
And look at all that nasty, it's coolant. This was the cold side charge air hose?
That's the cold side. Yeah, the hot's right by your foot.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes from here, from the inner core, down, and then elbows up into the intake right there, to the throttle body.
So we went to pull that off, notice this, and you had coolant. I mean, you got a little
cool.
puddle on the ground.
Yeah, that's from pulling that off. and then tilting it to get it out through this hole.
Yeah.
And then I went, where did that come from? So I stopped and started looking, and then this bottle's low, but there's coolant in it, in the very bottom of it. So I pulled this off and then sniffed it. Got a 300 plus hydrocarbon reading.
And so you sniffed the hydrocarbons from
the
expansion tank. And hydrocarbons is our best way to identify that we have combustion essentially in the coolant system.
Burnt fuel in the system, combustion. Yeah. You can smell it in there. It smells like gasoline.
Yeah, it does. And so we pulled off the hot side, didn't notice anything. So now we're not thinking that we have fuel, an injector issue. We're thinking that maybe we're getting coolant or something in there.
So now I got to pull all them spark plugs and then bore scope it. And if it's obviously it's going to be the top of the pistons are going to be steamed away.
Yeah.
With no carbon on them. And that's going to...
Wild. Man, you think you're just doing a regular misfire diagnosis.
That's what gets me. Intermittent misfires, Joey, aren't ever head gaskets.
Weird.
So I think it's just mixing in there and sucking it in. And
wild.
So bad news went to way worse. So
I think to do a head gasket on this, because this is the same as in those Land Rovers, like the little Evokes or whatever, right?
Yeah.
This is a nightmare to do a head gasket on. Right? I mean, this is... Yeah. Wow.
Oh, we could fix it, but... Oh,
when this originally came in, I was thinking...
So bad for this guy.
Coil or something. I mean, majority of misfire diagnosis is coils, plugs, maybe an injector on the rare scenario.
And I had only switched bays, so that lift would not fit this car. So I just backed it up, pulled it in, and shut it off, and started opening that cap, and it was full pressurized. And I was like, ugh. So I just stopped, put the cap back on, and then ran over and grabbed the sniffer, turned the bench on, and stuck it in there and got 300. I think Kyle said it was 370 on the first readout.
Usually over 100 is like...
100's your max.
Yeah.
50's...
Yeah.
100's your max.
Hundreds.
That wasn't running. That was just popping the cap and shoving the...
Wow.
Because I didn't want to run it because I'd already taken this hose and stuff off.
Yeah, gee, Christmas.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, bub.
Well, the fact is the fact. I mean,
I'm gonna pull them spark plugs real quick and then get them. Okay. Oh, this poor guy.
I think this is a part of wrenching that people don't often see. Is we feel bad for the customer. Layton to North Salt Lake every day.
So we only bought it to save money, and it turns around and bites him in the butt.
Yeah.
That's poor guy.
I think this is a tip that I would give shops and for customers to educate themselves is often people are like, oh, the shop gave me bad news and then they gave me worse news. Are they trying to rip me off? That's a question that we get often. And what we do in this scenario so that we're as transparent as possible with our customers, is we will provide them a digital inspection. If you guys remember, at the first part of this, Jason was taking pictures and details. We were just presenting the facts. As we got into it more, we found more facts. And thank goodness Jason was paying attention to find this information. But if you're ever worried, like, is what the shop is telling me true, just ask them for pictures. Like, that's how more can a shop be transparent than presenting pictures or videos or whatever it may be, so that you can see what they're seeing. Sometimes bad news is, we don't like delivering it. This would be way easier for us if we just, put injectors in, put coils in, and just moved on, fix the customer, and turn this around. This is not ideal news, but it is what it is, as terrible as that is.
Yeah, it's still dry, bro.
So here's one.
See, that's Cold Star Black. Different colors. One's getting cleaned, one isn't. See the Cold Star Black, Start Black.
As compared to that one.
This one ain't as pretty, so we're just getting a rough look right now. The other borescope's a lot better, but there we go. Damn it. There's Coleman in there.
All that wetness, I can see the little. Yeah, look. Look at all the
steam clean in it.
Holy crap.
Damn it. And it's I get how it did it.
What?
How coolant got in there.
How?
It's pressurized and sat overnight because you drove it over here.
And then let it sit over the weekend.
Yeah, so it bled back into the cylinder.
Well,
so all the pressure that was from him driving it and you driving it over here, it sat over the weekend and bled into that cylinder. As soon as I crunk it over, it said and spit it into the intake.
Well, we had the misfire on startup code too, and that could be, if it sits overnight or something, he's getting all that coolant into it.
So it's
and then number 2 is dry as a bone.
Number 3.
Oh, 3.
This is 3. 2 is dry as a bone. Here's number 2. Let's go into 2's dry. 4's dry. I think that's a crackhead. Right?
Well, I mean, I'll have to let the customer know is we'll remove the cylinder head and we'll inspect it for cracks.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry, man.
I'm sorry too. And you said steam cleaned.
Oh. Yeah. See how that sits there?
Oh yeah.
That's not oil.
Like reflecting like water.
Oil doesn't set like that.
And then the top of the piston looks like it's been pressure washed.
Steam cleaned,
yeah.
Yeah, that's the cylinder head we're looking at right now.
Oh yeah.
That's the gasket.
All
right
of
there.
that coolant. Jeez.
It's all around.
So we've either got a head gasket leaking in there, or I guess a cracked.
Could be a cracked head. There's your injector.
Yeah.
Just a borescope. I don't think we'll be able to
see a crack or anything.
Pinpoint anything, but there's coolant
look at all.
everywhere.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's all coolant.
That's all washed on the cylinder wall.
That poor top ring's been having his butt kicked. Look at that chamfer on that.
Yeah.
They've been flipping around there for a while.
Yeah, the thing's only got 70,000 miles, so that.
Yeah, but he also had driving down the road intermittently, and we also had intermittent too.
So which could be an injector, but it could also be something causing poor combustion.
Right.
I would have never thought starting this. I was thinking...
I'd have never thought that it was a head gasket or a coolant system problem into the cylinder either.
Majority of the time it's a coil.
It's either a coil or spark plugs lost the tip,
Right.
or it's just completely, or it's cracked.
Yeah.
A boot running up the side and dumping it down onto the threads of the
like carbon tracking.
Yeah,
right?
carbon tracking for a boot
Mm-hmm.
or injector.
Yeah, this.
Or you'll hear, obviously you can have valve problems too.
Yeah.
But not with an intermittent.
Right.
Most times.
Right.
I mean, you'll have like, if you had like a Fiat that had one of those stupid electronic solenoids or something like that. Yeah, sure. But
so that, I guess, fuel, spark, and compression. Compression entails a lot more than just, I guess,
and then
is
that
pressure.
also explains why we had higher compression in number one, because we had a liquid introduced that's not compressible.
Oh, yeah.
So that raises your compression ratio because it takes up air room.
Yeah.
So.
And we have quite a bit of coolant dumping in there.
But we pulled that spark plug and it wasn't wet. That's the crazy part.
I guess this teaches anybody. Like
Compression test isn't just it anymore.
Right.
We need to start bore scoping them and seeing what's going on in them.
Well, this led us down a path I did not anticipate. But I think this is the best misfire diagnosis out there. I mean, this covers all the bases besides testing the injector.
Well, yeah, that turns into pinout testing from the ECU, hooking up a DVOM or scope,
right,
and then watching your peaks.
Yeah. All right, anybody out there watching, this is the steps you got to take when diagnosing a misfire. If you're dealing with an issue like this, check all these bases: fuel, spark, and compression. And keep in mind, in this particular case, just because you have compression doesn't mean that there's not something that's messing with that sealing of the combustion chamber or introducing contaminants into that combustion chamber. All right, so I just talked with the customer. We worked a few numbers. Again, they've been a customer with us for a long time. With the bad news, we were considering essentially three options. I told them they can just stop now and sell the vehicle as is with the knowledge of the concerns is option number one. Option number two is we can do the cylinder head gasket, pretty labor intensive and a lot of work on this particular vehicle. Or a third option is just replacing the engine, which the customer actually brought up themselves after the discussion. The price difference was not too much more. In this particular scenario, instead of us building the engine, we could source one through Ford, which was a pretty reasonable expense for this. So they want to do the engine option instead of just the cylinder head gasket option because there's not a huge difference in pricing, but a lot more value in getting the engine. So I think that's what they're going to go with. They're going to let me know tomorrow. Either way, the customer knows their options and we'll decide from there, and hopefully we can fix it and get the customer back on the road. Let's see if my dad and Kean are up to the challenge of figuring out this Camaro that keeps getting turned away by other shops, and other shops that have tried to fix it can't figure it out. So let's pull it in for them and see if they can. All right, let's see if my dad's up to the challenge. What's up, boss man? I think I got something interesting for you and Kean to tackle. It's right up your alley. It's a 98 Camaro, loves the car. He has taken it to multiple shops. Says it's running rough, feels like it's misfiring. They had a P0300 code, like a random misfire. They think it's fuel related, but the last two shops have just said, don't even want to deal with it.
Do we have history on it? Has he got the...
No, most shops are just saying, we don't know what to do, we can't figure it out.
It's a freaking V8.
It doesn't sound like it should be complex, but he says shops are just turning him away. From the sounds of it, it should be a pretty nice Camaro. He says
it's 25 years old.
Yeah, he said he's kept it in nice condition, but
okay. All right, well,
I figured it's right up your alley.
Give me a second, I'll be down.
I'm gonna jump in this, start it up, see how it runs, and then I'll pull it in for Kean. This thing is crazy clean. I can feel little hiccups. I'll pull it in so Keenan can get some information. This thing is beautiful. And dusty. The guy wasn't kidding.
Are you bringing me something to work on or just blocking me from getting more in here?
Both.
Okay.
Well, I don't, you know, as far as clean cars go, dude, you got the classic Corvette.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is super nice, but this guy, I think he's owned it since new, or at least for a long time. He's taken it to 2 shops recently, and they're like, can't figure it out, don't want to work on it, turn it away. Sometimes you think, oh, maybe it's the customer, the guy's just crazy. The guy seems, I've dealt with him a little bit over the phone, super nice.
Okay.
So I don't know, but I get in it. He says he recently had a P0300 code come on.
Okay.
He just lets it sit because it just doesn't run right. It seems like it's misfiring is what he feels. He had the misfire code.
Okay, well let me grab a scan tool. Is the check engine light on right now?
No.
It's not? Well, I'll grab it and see if there's like a pending code or something.
Yeah.
Give us an idea where to look.
You know, and it was either a 97 or 98. I don't know if it's an OBD1.
At 97. It's a
97?
B.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank goodness it's a 97, not a 96. Because I believe 97 was the first year OBD2.
Do you mind if I pop the hood, Keenan?
And go ahead.
Besides being dusty, this thing is really nice. Tyson and I dealt with the Corvette. I mean, I know you have more experience, but we had like a fuel pressure regulator or something. The diaphragm went bad on them. We've seen some issues with the fuel system on these.
Yeah, I'm curious. The other thing. Oh, wait a minute. This is an LT1. There's no distributor back there. The distributor's up here behind the water pump. Yeah.
All right, dude. Challenge is yours.
Let me hear it. First thing. Just let it idle.
Is the check engine light on?
It's not, but it definitely feels like it's got a really light mist.
Yeah. First thing, give me a can of carb cleaner.
Okay.
Leave it running.
Okay.
I'll bet it's running way rich, and I bet we got a fuel pressure. I mean, if it doesn't have a vacuum leak, if it's got random misfires, I bet it's the fuel pressure regulator diaphragm that's wrong. Crack. This car's old enough. That's what I'd be looking for.
Yeah.
I can smell it, dude. It smells rich. That's why they're probably thinking it's in the fuel system. Leave it running.
Okay.
Holy moly. Do you see how many miles
way
on
rich.
this car?
How many? And I bet we got a fuel pressure.
12,067.
If it doesn't have a vacuum leak, it's got random misfires.
Holy moly. This car,
I know I'm taking a risk here. Everybody out there is like, oh, is it possible? This car's old. I swear to you. That's what I just touched this car 30 seconds ago. I can smell it, dude. It smells like, it smells rich. Regulator diaphragm that's